Okay, so I'll run through the settings really quickly on the point of sale for Woocommerce, just so you can get up and running the fastest. What you're going to do is there were a couple of changes I made already, but let's just go through here. So you're going to want to go through and first look at your settings under point of sale. And you're going to want to look for any visual, graphic stuff, colors, logos, that sort of thing. And here, the first one's going to be in register. The primary color is set to purple, and right now the default logo is the Woocommerce logo. So I imagine you'll want to change that. One thing you do have to make sure you change is under users. Go to all users, and then for whatever user you want to have access to the cash register, you have to give them access. So I imagine you're going to do your own personal login. I have done mine. So if I edit this and you scroll down, there's now a point of sale section right here. And you're going to want to click on it and then just select default outlet because you only have one option, so that makes that easy. And then of course you want them to be able to do discounts and tender orders. So once that's done and you click update profile at the bottom here, then that person will be able to run the register or have log into the register. So let's go back to what I was saying before. So if you go back to your point of sale menu and your settings, go through each of the tabs just to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. For example, it does not do cash management right now, which is okay, so if you're running a retail store and you open the store, your drawer usually has cash in it, unless you only accept credit cards or check or something of that nature. So I'm assuming you're going to want to be able to accept cash. So I'm going to close that. You would want to enable cash management. Right now, it's turned off. So this right here, this cash management tab under register is kind of like the default amount that you want to start with every day. That's something you're just going to have to decide if you want to do, and then I can give you more information on that because I could go into a whole series on that. Basically, what that helps you do is if you put in your starting cash, then when you close your register at night, you put in how much of each denomination you have, and the system can let you know, okay, well, you earned 50 bucks or you lost 10 bucks. So it kind of just helps you keep track of your cash. If you did hire a cashier, they're used to counting their drawer every morning and every evening. So it might be something that you need at that time. So once you go through all of these, I did set up a custom tile. I know the system says it'll do default category, but since so much of your site is custom, I kind of felt like you would want more control over that. That is under grids, you would set that up. So if you go here to grids, and I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around, it kind of is just the natural flow of this, it seems like. So I created one called in-store purchases, and you can actually put specific products. So these are, imagine this like a touch screen, and maybe we should go in and then I can come back to these. Yeah, let me do that. That might be a little easier. So there's two ways you can go into the register. You can go in by actually going to registers, and then you click on open. Like before, you didn't have the open option because there was no user, like this user, whatever user you're logged in as, didn't have the register or the outlet, I should say, because it's the outlet that you assign as someplace that they worked. So right now you can see this says the register is closed. It says that the user does not change after the sale. Like you could change the cashier check, without having to log out of the register. The receipt is not emailed, so you can email receipts instead of printing receipts. Maybe something you want to look into. Technically, you don't need any special equipment to run this register. You don't need a barcode scanner. You don't need a receipt printer. You can run it with just a regular ink cartridge printer, regular printer that you would use at the office, laser, or, and just print it on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper if you wanted to. You would just have to format your receipt appropriately. It is set to print a receipt at the end of the transaction. I turn that on, but you could turn that off and just not print a receipt, or you could turn on email a receipt, which I know initially when we opened our store, we did just do email receipts. That way we captured their email address. And at the time, we just kind of verbally said, do you mind if we just email you this receipt so that we can also email you, when we have sales or new products, special promos, that kind of sort of thing. Everyone was more than happy to do that. It just took a little bit extra time to get that information into the system. So, no, like we did have you can have a notes section available in case the cashier wanted to uh, maybe put in a note. Maybe they come in and they prepay for an order and they want it shipped, or they don't want the dry ice, or they will be by, or Samantha is coming instead of Joe to come and pick it up, or who knows, whatever. And so cash is not managed. So I kind of touched on that. So you just click on open, or up here, point of sale, very quickly. Let me go over here and here and refresh real quick. While that is, see, it's opening, loading the tax rates, coupons, all of that stuff. So now up here, you could go to point of sale and then all registers. It just takes you to the register screen, and then you open from there. So, but we're already doing that. It shows all users who have who can log into this. It looks like you've already assigned yourself the outlet, so that's good. So you just log in, and let's see if I still have, nope, I cheat, so hold on just a moment. You log in, and then if you had a touch screen or you had this on a tablet, it makes it super easy. You just select what you want. It throws it into the cart. Under more, you can have discounts you can give, 5, 10, 15. These are presets, so you can change these presets if you wanted to. And you can do well, now I have to remember. Oh, discount reason. You can actually put in, a general discount, and then apply, and then it gives them the discount over here. So then you just keep at building your order. If you want to give them another discount, I'll give them a 15% discount, member discount, apply. And then you go, oh, time to check out. There's no payment method, so we would have to set that up for your point of sale. So that's something else to go in. It tells you right here, WooCommerce settings, payments. So you may, if Stripe is on live mode, you may want to put that back to test mode so that you can go through this process, make sure everything's set up the way you want it. As I noted before, there's still the purple and the Woo logo instead of your own logo. You just have to get in here, coupon. If you had a coupon code that you'd set up in the system, like a promo code that you're distributing to everyone, they could come in and say, hey, I want to use promo code, I don't know, grand opening, and whatever that coupon is set up for, then it would apply it and you would go. So you do that, to track your advertising campaigns and such. Like I said, you can put notes in. as a customer note or as an order note. So you do that. You can actually, I think I'm in here as a customer as well. Let's see. Or I should say this user. So then if I click on that, then it would log it as an order for me versus a guest. So you can do guest checkouts as well, and it doesn't require the customer name, but that's completely up to you how you want to handle that. So whether you want that required or not. So obviously we need to go set up some payment methods. So at the end of the day, you're going to want to close out your register so that you start each day new. And so that's what you would do here. Of course, it tells you, I don't know if you saw where I clicked, but let's click back out here. Clicked on the Woo or the logo, and then I would click on the little door so it exits and closes out. It would tell me what my register option, what I did during the day as far as payments and all of that. So, nope. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue and close that out. So, like I said, you're gonna want to go through, and of course it goes back to here. So I'm just gonna kind of go skip a few steps there. You're going to want to go through your settings and really decide how you want your register to work. There's lots of options, like here's your preset discounts. If you wanted to do that, you don't have to. You can take all of those out and require that only promo codes are used for discounts. Completely up to you. You can, if you want to, go through the whole barcodes and assigning barcodes to each of your products and printing those barcodes out. Of course, they're not going to adhere to the frozen products, so I'm not really sure how you would do that, and maybe there's some special labels or glue or something that would do that, but really for the number of products you have, I think at this point, at least for the frozen stuff, it's probably manageable with just the touch screen, since it gives all of the same. You can do the individual cuts, you can do the boxes, whatever. You are gonna want to, like I said, go in and format your receipt. I did add like your logo to the top and center it, but that's completely, how you want it to happen. What kind of contact information are you going to want in there? You can do separate header text. Thank you so much for your order, or check us out online, or use promo code 1234 next time you come in or order online. So there's all sorts of options here that you're really just going to have to kind of go through and figure out if you even want them. It does say, like if you go back to the link I think I sent you yesterday, you can go back and find compatible hardware. So if you wanted a cash drawer, like you see in the store, a till, you can have that. And if you wanted a receipt printer, they have options for that. If you don't anticipate a lot of cash, you can just get a little lockbox that you keep under a counter or in a cabinet or something that you put cash in, the ones that you probably see at craft shows or whatever, more mobile options. But it says here you can even get, card readers for your credit cards, so you don't have to enter them in manually, because you will have to type them in at the moment. There's also whether or not signatures are required for transactions, or if they're just, it gives them the option without being required. Let's see, there's just a lot of options here. So I've taken up almost 15 minutes of time with this, so I'm going to stop here and let you get going through this, and then you can hit me with more questions if you have any. Thanks.